press conference today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference of Casper Ruud. First of all, Casper, welcome to Melbourne.
Thank you.
You've had really good results in Grand Slams last year, and this year with a good position now heading for the number one again. What's your outlook for your AO 2023?
Well, I don't really have one particular goal. I think if I'm able to reach the second week, that's going to be a good result no matter how deep you go. But obviously that's the goal, to be here in the second week and play matches and see from there if I'm able to make second week. Let's see what happens. But I don't expect myself to reach, another final or semifinals or whatever, but I'm going to try my best. I feel like I've had a couple of good days of practice now, and that I can hopefully find my A game for the tournament. That's what's required to win matches and to go far. And, every match is going to be a tough one, no matter who you play, and it's best of 5 sets. And it's going to also be obviously a physical challenge, playing best of 5 sets, but I'm looking forward to it. I've had, good success last year playing best of 5 set matches, so I hope I can continue that, streak and keep going and playing well in best of 5s.
Thank you, Casper. Questions, please? Matt?
Hey, Casper. Matt
Hello.
Futterman from the New York Times. In the Netflix series, they show this scene of you, I'm sure you remember it, getting really angry at Roland Garros when it started to rain and they were covering up the court. And, I mean, personally, seeing it, thought it was pretty funny just because we never see that from you on the court. And I'm sort of curious how hard it is to sometimes control that, because it's obviously inside you.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was like a sort of new appreciation. I was like, oh wow, I didn't really know Casper could get angry like that.
Yeah, no, I think that I've said before that I get frustrated as well, and maybe I don't show it as much on court, but in this particular case I did. The story was that we were supposed to hit from 2 to 2:30 or whatever, and we got there like 5 to 2, and the forecast said that it was supposed to rain like from 10 past 2, so that would like ideally give us 15 minutes to hit. And when you reach that far, I think it was before my semifinals, when you reach that far in the tournament, I mean, maybe 15 minutes is enough. But some boss of the court, the people responsible for the courts, the boss there or the chief, or what they called him, had said that due to the forecast was supposed to rain. It didn't rain when we arrived to the court, but as it was going to rain, they wanted to cover the courts even before the rain came. So that's why I was a bit frustrated, because, you reached far. There were only like 2-3 matches left of the tournament, and they have the best clay courts in the world. And I think that they can take a little bit rain when you've come that far, and they will have a year to prepare them for the next tournament. So it was just frustrating not to be able to speak with the boss that they claim to have got the information from, and, as well as, people just speaking French to me and assuming that I know French. Like, I don't go to someone and speak Norwegian, just assuming that they know Norwegian. So it was also frustrating because the communication wasn't easy. And it was frustrating because it was the biggest match of my life, my career, and I felt like I wasn't given the opportunity just to hit when I could have hit. So it was tough to, swallow or whatever. But in the end, I was able to warm up in an indoor place, and Rafa and Sasha, they played, over 3 hours in 2 sets anyway, so I had plenty of time. But worst case would be that we didn't get to hit at all, because Rafa and Sasha could have gone, much quicker or whatever, and we wouldn't have time to go to this other place and so on. So it was just a little stressful and I guess annoying, and that's sort of why I let the frustration come out. And I'm sorry to the guy who was responsible for covering the courts, but it was just, at the time, was frustrating. And due to the fact that he couldn't tell us in English what was really going on, it was even more so frustrating.
Did you ever show that on the court? I mean, was there ever a time in your life where you did let that emotion show on the court? Because frankly, we certainly haven't seen it in a few years.
I don't know if I'm treated wrong, or not what I look at as maybe the right way, or with the respect that I would like to. I mean, I can get angry and annoyed, of course, but I know that if there's an umpire fault or whatever that can set some players off. I know that the umpires maybe don't do it on purpose. I mean, they're humans as well, and errors are made. I mean, look at tennis players. We make 30 to 60 unforced errors every match. So if you're going to judge us by the unforced errors, it's going to be a lot to be angry about. And if you cannot accept that maybe an umpire does one mistake per match or two, I mean, it's a bit silly. But, they're all doing the best they can for us to play tennis. So I know that in the end. And I've never felt on court that I was treated in the wrong way or in the bad way. So I guess that's what can annoy me a little bit. But that hasn't happened on court yet, luckily. So there's no need to be too angry.
Thank you. Last question, please.
Norwegian.
Andrew?
We have 3 in Norwegian.
Andrew?
Hey, Casper. Before last year, before you made your first major finals, I'm sure you thought in your mind, like you had self-belief that you could make it that far. But how different is it mentally, not just believing, but knowing and proving to yourself that you can do that?
Not that different, honestly. I'm trying to stay humble and know that I'm not going to reach 2 Grand Slam finals every year for the rest of my career, most likely. I would love to do it, and I'm going to give it a try, but the odds are not in favor of that happening. But, a lot have changed. Obviously, a year ago, I sat here announcing my withdrawal because I rolled my ankle the day before my match. And here we are, I've reached 2 finals, but nothing has changed too much, honestly. I know that it's possible, which is a nice feeling, but at the same time, I know the competition is so hard and so strong that I cannot expect myself to do well every single time I play a Grand Slam. And, the quarterfinal is a great result in my eyes, the semifinal even so. And, my best results here is a 4th round, which I still look at as a great result. And if I'm able to reach 4th round this year, I'll be more than happy about it. But at the same time, I know that my belief in reaching even further is there, and I know that it has happened before, so it's easier in a way to think that it could happen again. But at the same time, I know that there's no guarantee that I will ever reach another final in a Grand Slam in my career, and just going to try to keep doing hopefully the right things and do my best and see how far that can take me here, and obviously all the other slams that I might play in my future.
Thank you. One question in native language, please.
Can we have more than one?
Just one, please. Thank you.
Casper, could you analyze your first round and explain how it feels to be 2nd seed?
Ja, det blir en spennende turnering for min del. Jeg er, som du sier, andre siden til turneringen, som er litt surrealistisk å tenke på noen ganger. Det var ikke det virket ikke helt mulig i fjor, da jeg satt her for et år siden og trakk meg fra turneringen fordi jeg tråkket over dagen før kamp. Så virker det litt surrealistisk å sitte her som andresidet, selvfølgelig. Men selv om jeg er andresidet, så ser jeg ikke nødvendigvis på meg selv som en av de aller største favorittene til å vinne turneringen. Jeg skal gjøre mitt beste og se hvordan det går, men det er mange andre store stjerner, store kanoner her, som har gjort det bra her tidligere, som sikkert ønsker å fortsette å gjøre det bra her. Du har Djokovic selvfølgelig, Nadal som vant i fjor, Medvedev som har vært i flere finaler her tidligere, og så videre. Så det er mange som jeg ser på som større favoritter foran meg selv, men det er gøy å få den seedingen i år, og være andresidet. Det er aldri vært så høyt sidet i en Grand Slam, så det er veldig gøy selvfølgelig, og skal prøve å se om jeg klarer å utnytte den situasjonen. Og første runden blir en tøff en mot en spiller jeg ikke har spilt mot tidligere. En ganske ung spiller som har skjønt at det er en atletisk god spiller fra Tsjekkia. Og hver match på det nivået her er tøff. Nå er det virkelig alvor. Best av 5 sett og en av de største turneringene i løpet av året. Så jeg håper jeg kan finne fram mitt beste spill, mitt beste nivå, og håpe at det kan vare noen dager eller noen uker, og se om jeg klarer å komme meg over den første matchen og se om man klarer å vinne flere kamper enn det også.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.